Yes. What do you notice? It's showing white and is missing the red taillight cover lens.
You can see all of the red polycarbonate is taken off, and guess what? The tail light is still red because the light bulbs are red. This is so bad. Oh my god.
You can see the white light shine.
Yeah?
Stop.
Sure.
She's saying sure as if it's not true. This is actually remarkable evidence. This is remarkable evidence. They are saying that this is her car that morning. So there's broken taillight pieces by John O'Keefe's body. And now we're looking at her car 6 hours later with a broken taillight. Now, there's some discrepancy where you have the defense is saying that it's just a little sliver versus the entire taillight being smashed out. And I don't know how significant that is. Because it's like, hey, I just barely hit John O'Keefe. I only barely broke my taillight. Versus, oh, I smashed the hell out of my taillight because I, smacked the crap out of it. I just put it in reverse and it wasn't 24 miles per hour. I was driving like 30 or 40. I was like booking it. So when I compare and contrast the back taillight, it's definitely broken. How broken is it? I don't know. But it's definitely broken by that morning. Now, there's a different argument that I had heard was that, when she was actually backing out, she had hit the car. And so we'll take a look at that. But this lady here is annoying as crap because don't watch your eyes. Listen to her lion eyes and her condescension. Listen to good technology, the way she kind of moves her little, profile around the video in question. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with her, use of technology. But when it's like, my God, they are so stupid. That's pretty damning evidence. That is some damning evidence. And so, let's take a look at it again.
Yeah?
There it is. Are you actually looking at the white light? Because that's clearly a white light. So the question is it a little sliver or does it look like it's all busted out? And I'll get to that in a second.
Sure.
You can see it clearly missing. You can't plant something that's already gone.
Sure. Okay.
And the reason why you see white, it is a red taillight cover, and when the red is missing or gone, as it is in this case, the white bulb still shines, and that's why it shines white.
Okay.
What is... I don't understand what she's even trying to say. But let's take a look at this, okay? So she's going to back into this car here, and she actually barely hits the car. It does move. It moves. Does it, is it strong enough to break out the taillight so then there would be pieces of, the taillight right there? I don't think that's actually a good argument because it's kind of saying she is accident prone. She is just always bumping into things, always running into things, Oh, okay. So she is going to back into John O'Keefe's vehicle. Is that the same way she backed into John O'Keefe? Oh, I was drunk and I was pissed off. And then, the texts and the phone. So she hated him in the morning. She hated him at noon. She hated him afternoon. She hated him in the evening and then hated him at night. She hated. Didn't kill him and then hated early in the next morning. And then, oh no, where is my John O'Keefe at? So hate. Didn't kill. Hate. I don't know. It's just, that's a long strain of hatred. And for that to not turn into anything, it's hard to believe. So, this is Karen Reed, 6 o'clock, 6:30 or whatever. They're, we got to go find him. We got to go search. We got to go search for him. Where is he? I don't know where he's at. Okay. She, it didn't shake too much, but I was watching it and it looked like it shaked a little bit. Is that where I don't see any broken pieces anywhere, But what we're looking for is how big the sliver of the tail light is actually broken. Okay? And then she drives off, right? Okay. So, the question, again, well, I guess we'll play this and go back to the two pictures. So the one picture, because what the defense is trying to say is that they have a broken taillight, but there's a discrepancy, okay? Here is one of the pictures, and then here's another picture. And so right here, the taillight looks like it's completely just broken to pieces. The whole damn thing is broken. And if the whole damn thing is broken, then there's not going to be any redness on to the side at all, right? Except for just right there at the top. And then they said that the bulbs are red or something. I don't know. But let's just presume for now that there's going to be a difference in how the light shines with this one and how the light is going to shine through this one. If the bulbs are red, then that would just be red for everybody, but that was clearly white, so if the bulbs are red, how would it be white? I don't know. Are you allowed to have red bulbs in your car? It would make sense if you had white bulbs, so let's presume white bulbs for now. And if there's a white bulb here, then this would be super white. Now, that could be like tampering with evidence. That could be something else going on. But would you see, white if there was just this piece that was cut out? So if you're just to take this whole piece and then put it right there, the only piece that would be shown would be this. And so that's just a difference of I barely hit John O'Keefe versus I smacked the hell out of him. Also, if, it was just this little tiny bit, maybe later on it got broken up into more pieces. I don't know. Some reason the case is, the defense and the prosecutor, they're disagreeing about this, but it's like they're trying to turn the whole case upon this tiny thing right here. I think it is minor because ultimately her taillight is broken. Pieces of her taillight was there by John O'Keefe's body. And we got the video that says that her taillight was broken the morning after. So unless you could say that the taillight was broken the night before, or the night before, or the night before, then you have a smoking gun evidence. You have very damning evidence. Not smoking gun. The smoking gun means you just shot the person and you could see the smoke coming out of the gun. So not exactly smoking gun, but it's a piece of the gun is left at the scene of the gun that is Karen Reed's gun. Karen Reed's gun that she had, registered with the state. The gun that was used for the murder, the pieces of the gun were there at the murder scene, and those pieces of the gun match Karen Reed's registered gun. That's what this is. That's what we are looking at. That is such a perfect analogy. Because you can murder people with a car, right? You can run into them, you can hit them in the head, knock them unconscious, you can hit them in the body, a body blow, hit him in the head, body blow, hit him in the heart. He was already drunk anyways. Now it's freezing cold, so he's drunk, staggering. It got hit in the head, got hit in the heart, got hit in the gut. It was a tough hit. Staggers over, falls over, is injured, is in pain, tries to cry out for pain. It's blizzard, it's cold. He's like, maybe I'll just lay here and catch myself a little nap. And then he never wakes up. So when I look at this evidence, I have no idea what that other lady was saying. She was acting like, anybody who didn't understand what she understood was just the stupidest person ever in the entire world. So I don't really want to go through her crazy, illogic train, her crazy town. Because if it's tampering with evidence, then you could say that, the police weren't doing their job right. And that you could charge the police with something. And so if you could charge the police with something, charge Karen with something, well, let's just drop it all, right? So I'm not for sure what the exact difference is, but it is interesting that the state went ahead or the defense went ahead and taped all that together. The defense taped all that together. Is that what I'm hearing? I don't know who did, but it's almost like Back to the Future when Marty McFly rips up that letter, or Christopher Lloyd, Doc rips up the letter that Marty McFly had given to him, and then years later he had actually took all the ripped up pieces and had taped it together. So that's pretty incredible. That's pretty incredible. That they took all the pieces of that taillight and they taped it together. And there's still pieces missing. And so, yeah, what exactly does this mean? I don't know. But you would see white coming out of either one of these. It would seem like you'd see a lot more white coming out of this. You would only see a sliver of white coming out of that. And then when she pulls away, I mean, you only kind of see a sliver of white, right? So it looks more like the picture on the left than the picture on the right. It looks like that car moved. It looks like that car moved, but it only looked like she bumped it, not like she smacked into it. You know, could she have broke it? Could she have broken some more? I'm not for sure. But it is white, and it's not white over here. To be like, oh, that's just a reflector. No, that is not just a reflector. So that looked like, it looked pretty clear to me.